So hey, what's up guys, Riotbox here and welcome back to our F1 2018 mod career mode. This time we are here at Sao Paulo in Brazil for the next round of the championship. As you can see, we're currently drawing at the top with Valtteri Bottas. So let's not wait any longer and let's get straight down to the track. So here we are then down at the track. You can see from the strategy page, we're going to be on the super soft tyres as usual, pretty much no differences there really from any other race, and it is going to rain towards the end of this race. I've got a dry setup on, but hopefully it will do us well in the race. It was actually a wet qualifying, which is why I'm sort of a bit further down the grid than you'd expect. But here we are then, getting an okay start by Van Dorn. Those McLarens are quick on this mod, very quick on this mod. So going to turn 1 and into turn 2, very cautious as Raikkonen holds us up. We get boxed in behind Kimi, which is not the best thing, and now we've got Gasly on the right of us in the Toro Rosso. Can we go at the inside? We should be able to, and we get at the inside of Kimi as well there. So the Ferrari's struggling, so we're back into P8. A poor start from us. We lost out to Van Dorn, but Kimi has ended up behind us somehow, so let's keep on pushing. I mean, we should be able to get Van Dorn pretty quickly. We've got to clear him pretty swiftly as well. And then we've got to get past Hulkenberg and Alonso, and then we're on to the sort of the championship fight. Remember, we are in a fight with Bottas at the minute for the championship. We're currently level on points, and there's only this round and then the next round at Abu Dhabi left to go. So we're going to have to be pretty careful on this race. Don't want to lose too many points. But I'm confident for Abu Dhabi we can do pretty well. I mean, here Daniel Ricciardo setting fastest lap of the race. He must be leading the way. Using a bit of rich mix. We come flying up the inside, pretty aggressive. We're going to have to concede the position, but then we can switch back. Using that rich mix. And let's clear Van Dorn then down here. We've got Kimi Raikkonen. Oh, contact there with Van Dorn. Whoa, that was pretty sketchy, that was. Right, we're up ahead of Van Dorn then. Got a bit of a gap to Hulkenberg. Let's see if we can close that gap down. And we'll have to wait and see when the rain is going to come, because obviously we've got the rain scheduled towards the end. I mean, it could be about the halfway point of the race, I think. But we'll have to wait and see. So we're going to have to plan our strategy out carefully. I mean, if it is going to rain, we may as well go on to another set of super softs, and then because it's rain, if it gets classed as a wet race, then we will be able to, we wouldn't have to go onto the soft tyres. But I don't want to risk that in case like it's just a little drizzle and it doesn't class it as a wet race, and then we have to pit again right at the end for the soft tyres. So Lewis Hamilton says the fastest lap of the race. Daniel Ricciardo did get in there quickly with fastest lap. But we're about over a second off of that lap time, so this isn't good for us. Let's get our head down and see if we can push on for a bit. So here we are then in the lap number 4. We're sort of catching up, but still a bit scruffy. Can't really catch up that quickly, so I'm going to go for an undercut. We're due to pit on lap number 8. I'm actually going to pit on lap number 7 then. Wow, we've got up real quick through there. They're all holding each other up, Bottas and Hamilton. Look at them going at it through there, side by side. Can we get underneath Hulkenberg then? Or alongside? Oh, it's not going to work. Potentially should have sat in and waited behind, because now we've lost out time. Going to go at the inside again. Oh, wheel banging again. Use that rich mix. I might not undercut actually, because undercut, as you saw in the last Grand Prix with Lewis Hamilton at Mexico, he actually lost time. So I actually think Hamilton's got some damage or some sort of problem, because he's going really slow and holding everybody up. So you know what, I'm just going to pit when these guys pit. We don't need to do undercut. Daniel Ricciardo's gone, but I actually think Hamilton does have a problem. He's holding everyone up. So let's see what happens with this next middle sector then. Just ride on board. Bottas is still in behind Hamilton, which is good. Save that rich mix a bit. We've got really high fuel usage. I'm just going to sit in behind Alonso. I don't want to go for a rash move. Or maybe it was Bottas that had a problem with holding Hamilton up, because now Hamilton's pulling away a little bit. Who knows? But I'm not going to undercut. I'm just going to pit on my usual lap. You know what, actually, these tyres are really warm. I am going to undercut. Right, we're in the pits then. Our engineers just said that we're not far away from some rain, so didn't really give us a time frame, but I'm going to come in early, make the most of these soft tyres before we potentially have to switch onto the inters. But who knows what's going to happen in this race. I didn't want to go on the super softs, just in case you have to pit again. I want to play it on the safe side. We're in a championship battle, no risks now, but let's get back out on track, get these tyres up to temperature and see if we can make this undercut work. I mean, our front tyres were really warm, but we're going to come out side by side with Stroll here. This is not good. We're going to need to clear him as soon as possible, so I'm going to brake early here. Stick him behind him. Use some rich mix. Go straight down the inside here. Nice easy move in the end. Right, let's exploit this extra grip that we've got, because these tyres feel really good right now. Here we are then, we've got a bunch of cars in the pits. Come through turn 1, then through turn number 2. Let's see where Bottas is. Hamilton's pitted. He's just up ahead. And I think we've actually lost a little bit of time. Definitely didn't gain anything. And we've used a bit too much fuel coming through here. Had to drop it down to 3rd there to pull it in a bit. Right, so ending lap number 9, more cars in the pit, so let's see where Bottas is then. Bottas is in pit exit, I think. Yep, he's behind us. We've gained a lot of time. He's lost a lot of time, actually. I think it might have been Bottas holding Hamilton up. So as you can see, we're coming towards the end of lap number 10, and the rain has started to fall here in Brazil. But will it be substantial enough where we will need to come in for the intermediate tyres? That is the big question here then. We'll have to see how the rain develops over the next few laps. It's already starting to come down quite quickly, to be honest. And Vettel, he has played his cards right, because he's coming out on the super soft tyres. So unless he started on the soft tyres, which I don't think he did, he's played a really smart move. 2 lots of super softs, and then he's going to go to inters by the looks of it. So that's smart driving there from Vettel, and he's still ahead of us. To be honest, I think he was on the soft tyres to start with, because he's pitted quite late. But let's see how this rain goes and see whether it forces us into another pit stop. So we've got an alternate strategy. Lap 13 to pit for inters. So, oh god, what is going on here? So they're telling I'm gonna box this lap, you know. Oh, the rears! Oh my god, where's it taking me? Surprised I didn't get a corner cut, but that is crazy through there. I'm gonna come in for the pits, man. Definitely coming in for the pits. I don't even know what happened. I went so quiet then because my car was just sliding across the grass, and I've got no idea why. And now we're going so slow. There's no grip at all. Our teammates in the pits. Right, let's box. Coming in the pit lane. Let's do this pit lane quite safely, please. There we go. Oh, who's that ramming us? Wow. Why would they do that to me? Probably lost my rear wing now. Right, everyone's coming in the pits. Get me on some of these inters, please. Get me out of it, out being held up, please. Right, that's Bottas behind us. So, crucially, we're ahead of Bottas. But who's that just pulled out in front of us? Hulkenberg's jumped us in the pits. How's he done that? He should have wing damage, though. Right, we haven't got long left in this race. We've got about 5 laps, so we could claw back some positions here. We just have to wait and see if anyone stayed out and whether Hulkenberg's very quick in these conditions. But let's see if we get up to speed. We'll come through into the first braking zone on these fresh inters. Oh, that's so much better. The car will actually turn and grip. So we've got up to the back of Hulkenberg, and it's actually Hartley that's holding him up, and we've scooped past both of them there. Hartley hasn't pitted. He's going to be really regretting that. But we've cleared him, and we're up into P6. Magnussen's just coming in the pits as well. Let's see who else is in the pits. After Magnussen, Van Dorn. Oh, they've been screwed over royally there. Vettel and Hamilton next up, but I don't think we'll catch up over the next 4 laps, but let's see if we can. We're not going to give up, but I'm not going to risk this because we're in a good position for our championship, because Bottas is behind us and we've got exactly the same amount of points and we're both leading the championship. So let's see what happens. Alright, so we have had such a boring end to this race then here at Brazil. I mean, Hulkenberg's obviously got damage because of the pit stops. So he hasn't been able to catch up to us. He's got a massive train behind him though. Somehow he's managed to keep him all behind. And Vettel's just been pulling out. They've been pumping in mad lap times. So I've been quite comfortable sat here because I'm assuming Bottas is behind me. I think he is. I'm pretty sure he is. Watch, he'll pop up in like 1st or 2nd place now. But Daniel Ricciardo didn't win, so can't have won. But yes, great win, as the commentator says, for Red Bull. I mean, look at that. Vettel, Hamilton ahead of us, Daniel Ricciardo winning the race, and Bottas down in 6th, so that's good for us. So taking a look at the standings then, we take the lead of the Drivers' Championship, and Daniel Ricciardo overtakes Hamilton and he manages to get into 3rd place. It's a late charge from him. He won't be able to get Bottas though, but it's going to be good for us in the Constructors. I mean, this is looking really good, a really strong end to the championship. We're 4 points ahead of Mercedes, so we've got the advantage going into the final round, so it could be a really interesting race at the end of the season. I need to make sure I put in a fantastic qualifying session, aim for that pole position. If not, maybe the front 2 rows will be good for us. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, remember to give it a like, comment and subscribe for more. So we'll see you in the next one.